It's been said that you go to war with the army you have, not necessarily the army you think you need or want. This is true in our daily lives. We can always point to the things we don't have that we think would make life easier. In fact, they probably wouldn't, but not for the reasons you think. I'm Michael Quinn Sullivan with Reflection on Life and Liberty. It's a hard lesson we must seemingly continually relearn. That is, seeing the value in what we have and what's been provided for us and moving forward with it in faith. From our most personal of thoughts to most public of actions, our discontent can blind us to God's provisions for our good. One of my favorite examples of this is found in the 6th and 7th chapters of Judges. We read how the people of God were preparing to attack their enemies. The Israelite force was 20,000 strong against an even larger opponent, but still, it was an impressive showing of men that had been assembled by the Hebrew military leader Gideon. Gideon had faith the Israelites would achieve victory, but he still had to learn that it would be on God's terms. Today in Israel, you can travel to the very spring where God had Gideon winnow the troops in what might be one of the most unconventional military tactics in the Bible, and let's face it, the Bible is full of them. First, God told Gideon to let anyone who was fearful of taking on a powerful enemy to leave. Half the people did so. Then he instructed Gideon, quote, "Everyone who laps the water with his tongue, as a dog laps, you shall set him by himself. Likewise, everyone who kneels down to drink." There were just 300 who lapped the water. God wanted Gideon to have them. The rest were sent packing. An army of uncouth water lappers is a reminder that God's choices usually aren't what we'd expect. It's no secret why God did this. He was abundantly clear. God said he did not want Israel to, quote, "boast over me, saying, 'My own hand has saved me.'" God wanted them to understand their coming victory was his working, not theirs. We too often look at the challenges ahead of us, wishing for what we do not have and showing disdain for what we do. We forget the most salient fact. In the polity of God, he is the unified majority. As was demonstrated at Gideon's spring, an army of thousands can be routed by 300. But God wants both the 300 and the thousands to understand the true source of that victory. As we go about our daily struggles and battles, God has given us all we need to be successful and victorious. We must simply proceed faithfully with the allies and tools that God has provided, knowing victory will come in his time. It may not look like what we want, but it is always what God knows we need. The Reflections podcast is presented by Texas Scorecard. If you like today's edition, be sure to subscribe, rate it, and share it with your friends. I'm Michael Quinn Sullivan. Thanks for listening.